You draw, you die.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing Sheoldred the Apocalypse. This is a return to one of my more brutal decks because Mono Black Punishment is the name of the game when it comes to Sheoldred. All you have to do is have a commander out on the battlefield and your opponent will slowly die because whenever they draw a card, they lose life. And whenever I draw cards, I gain life. This deck is built around both me and my opponent drawing cards. So we do have some cards in here that are helping me accelerate my game plan and get more pieces, and also a combo win with Sheoldred and Peer into the Abyss. Now, if you watched this deck before and you're wondering what the changes are to it, there's a few really big changes with Tales of Middle-earth, the Lord of the Rings set that came out, because we have some of the best ever card draw printed. The One Ring. It's fantastic. Draws you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you only lose a little bit of life relative to the amount of life you're gaining off of Sheoldred. We also have Call of the Ring, which lets you pay 2 life to draw a card, which, I mean, hey, 2 life? That's the amount I gain right back. It's perfect for Sheoldred. We also have a bit of punishment for our opponent's drawing cards. Oh yes, the Orcish Bowmasters. So already we're punishing our opponents for drawing cards, and Orcish Bowmasters, just like Sheoldred, works very well with Peer into the Abyss, allowing your opponent to draw half their deck, lose half their life, and then lose the rest of their life because you're pinging them for 1 over and over and over, or they're losing 2 life over and over and over. These are also really nice cards against a lot of the blue decks out there, because if your opponent is doing the blue thing of drawing cards, you're just sitting there and looking real cheeky about it because, hey, nice card draw you have there. Sure would be a shame if you lost 2 life every single time you did it. So we're going to take a Sheoldred into the queue and we're going to match up against some big, scary, strong commanders and still win. Let's go! Tasha, Unholy Archmage. What does she do? Crime. And how does she do it? By activating their very, very strong Planeswalker commander, Tasha Unholy Mage. She is so scary. Very frustrating to play against. But something very strange about the deck is that it usually runs very, very few creatures. So you will end up just kind of doing what you want. By the way, I'm overdrawing here, and I have to be careful about putting specifically creatures into my graveyard. Discard a card. I have 5 lands right now. That's what I want, and I'm going to drop Lolth. Lolth is really bad against Tasha because her plus gives -1/-1 counters on attacking creatures, and her spiders are 2/1s. They just die. It's sad. It is. So sad. And they're gonna cast a Tainted Indulgence. Drawing cards. By God. Card draw. The reason I have to be careful, by the way, about putting creatures into my graveyard is because Tasha's -2 ability puts a creature of my graveyard into play. I get to choose which creature, but like if I had put, say, Gonti into the graveyard, they would be able to just take that Gonti. Arcane Signet, they ramp. They already could have played Tasha here, which tells me they're probably going for counter spells or kill spells followed by stealing. I just got something that I can do at instant speed, which is kind of nice. So I am going to wait with that, the Orcish Bowmasters, see if they maybe want to try drawing some cards. Here comes Tasha. And a plus.
So I know what to be.
And I give a fuss. Boop. Since these are both 1/1s, they won't be able to attack Tasha, which is so sad. Too bad. Ooh, do I want to check out your hand? Yeah, I do. Cruelty Against Chapter 1. What you got? Ah, great. Counterspell, kill spell, card draw, stopping card draw, and sacrifice. I'm gonna hit that Professor Onyx. And as you might imagine, no creatures. I've actually seen a Tasha against a Tasha deck just be kind of funny because there's no creatures, and if you activate it, it just mills the entire deck. It's very weird. They have Absorb Energy up. They've left open their counterspell. They've Extract the Truth, which they could use to force me to discard But you can see here, they're holding up the Absorb Energy. They want to have the counter spell for Blood on a Stow is probably going to be my best pick. This should be a great case study of why you should run that uncounterable, make your opponent discard their non-creature, non-lands. It's Gonti! Yeah, Thought Distortion. Great card. They're gonna let me steal. Man. They'd never see it coming. Scarab God is the card I like the most of these. Drown in the Lock currently can stop that Absorb energy, but it can't stop them ulting Tasha. I love Scarab God. Really fun. I gotta go for Drown. Right now, Tasha at 5, going to 6. And they're gonna check the top of their library once more. Could I have swung at Narset? Oh, I could have, right. So something I've actually forgotten many times about Tasha is that it's only when you attack you or Tasha, so we could have hit Narset there. We could have also attacked trying to get, like, this into the graveyard. I didn't have a way to kill it at instant speed. 6. Don't have enough for that and that. Let me just see something. I have 4 swamps, so that's a completely neutral. We do have Yawgmoth's Vile Offering, which I can protect against a counterspell. I'm gonna go for that. Trying to take Professor Onyx and killing Tasha. They absorb energy. And we drown the Absorb. In response, they could Infernal Grasp. Or, no, the one other card we couldn't see was a Negate. Oh, rude. All right, we'll swing these 2 at Narset and this at Tasha. Stopping her from ulting and shrinking my Gonti.
This was overwhelming.
But now they are down. No counter spells. They could get some more off of Memory Deluge. We'll take it simple and destroy all planeswalkers. Oh, wait, do I want to intentionally kill one of my creatures first? Actually, I think I'm just gonna play Sheoldred. Set up for next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna play Sheoldred. Set up for next turn. They'll be milling me quite a bit too. Hey. Hey. How you doing? I don't have any damage I can deal to Tasha because she's a silly card. They're illusion it? This is not card draw, by the way. Memory Deluge is putting cards into hand. Bye, Sheoldred. Back into the command zone. Could have left it there for the Blood on the Snow. Wonder if they want to start with the ult or if they want to tick up more. Midnight clock. Bing bong ding dong. No, they're plussing!
Give it your best shot, adventurers.
Hey, Tasha. What else you got there? They have 6, so they have enough for Discover the Formula. Which is so nasty good. Oh, hey, Worm. I don't have a land here, so I'm going to go for Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Going to combat, swinging with both of those at Tasha. We're going to hit the Memory Deluge that's in their graveyard. So I was hoping to save Meathook Massacre for them stealing reanimating creatures so I could wipe the board. I'm actually thinking I'm just going to throw this on the battlefield as a way to drain out my opponent because I'm going to assume that they'll be murderizing my creatures very soon. Alright, great. Hi, Jadar. Had I done that pre-combat, we would have gotten 1 extra life lost from them. Discovered a formula! Love to. If we get 1 more Snowland, we can also grab Loth, which, sure, I like Loth. Loth also likes it when my creatures die. Would you like to extract the truth? You can set up a reanimation of an incredibly good creature, you just don't even know it. What you casting? Graveyard Trespasser! Gonna exile from my graveyard. Gotta curate that graveyard just fine for Tasha. A plus. Blood on the snow. Does it resolve? Ooh, who do I crave? Gonti. I love Gonti. Gotta do crime. Wash Away, Memory Lapse, or Command Tower. I'll take Wash Away. Memory Lapse, also funny. Ooh, Scarab God. Looks like you should have kept the Lapse. I was just thinking, oh, they'll replay Tasha. No, here comes the Scarab God. They have enough mana. They can use this to actually make token copies that are 4/4 of creatures in my graveyard. Very cool, very nasty, very good. No Tasha's, though. So the creatures that are in graveyard, currently Orcish Bowmasters and Jadar. A 4/4 Orcish Bowmaster sounds pretty damn good. They could also go to steal Gonti if I let it die, which I might. I'll leave it here for now. Oh, hey, Ogglestein. Let's go for Sheoldred. More kill spells for my little Shellbell. A Heartless Act. Goodbye, my sweet. Gotta take that out of the graveyard so they don't make a copy. I was really hoping we could get Grizzlebee down and gain all of the cards in my hand. Cool, it's a Jadar that makes more zombies. It is a zombie. Okay. Time Twister, I think your spell's broken. I think it's broken. 'Cause it looks like that. I think this is probably going to be an extra turn. Could also be a counterspell. This player very clearly likes counterspells. Taking another 3. Take it to Zomboy. A land. With 2 up. Put it on Yawgmoth. Okay, so I thought it was going to be a counterspell. It wasn't. Worm. It's extra turn spell. Noted. See what creature I have in the graveyard. None. They've all been exiled. Hi, Liliana. Liliana can kill any of these, since they have 14 cards in graveyard if they use the -3 ability. Hi, Tasha. Which gives him the opportunity to steal the card put into the graveyard. Okay, nope, they're not going for it.
Keep your distance, mortals.
You plussing? You minusing? What's going on? Okay, I will put a Dread Presence into my graveyard. Ripe for the stealing. They're at 11 out of 12 on the midnight clock. I'm like, got it, right? Go to combat. Well, that's fine. They're gonna die anyway this turn. Oh, sweet. Call the ring. Yeah. Okay, great. It's midnight. They draw 7. And they lose 14. And we win. Oh, Sheoldred. You silly card, you. Niv Mizzet Reborn. Now, if you played against Atraxa, this is kind of like that, but not as good, and requires you to have a build around for it. Niv Mizzet Reborn, when it enters the battlefield, is a big flyer that puts a lot of cards from the top 10 of your library into your hand. But this one has a theme. It's multicolored spells, specifically 2-color spells. Niv Mizzet cares about the guilds of Ravnica, and based on those guilds, will get you those cards into your hand. Niv Mizzet Reborn has tons and tons of value, but at 5 mana in 5 colors can be kinda hard to land. We have a good early start with some nice, some good little creatures that grow over time. I have the Evolved Sleeper, the Naptime Baby Boy, and a Knight of Ebon Legion. The Sacred Fire is going to take out that Knight before it grows any bigger. Ooh, Phyrexian Tower. I could just get out Sheoldred this turn. Instead, I'm going to go for Morbid Opportunist. If my opponent wants to kill my creatures, sure. But I'll draw a card if they do. Good old Morbius. Loves it when other creatures die. Mine or my opponent's. We're now up to 4 mana on the battlefield. 5 if you count sacrificing a creature off the tower. I'll try to land Sheoldred the Apocalypse. They have blue and white up, so like, I don't think this will work, but I'm still gonna try it. I will take the opportunity. Ooh, it does resolve, but first they're gonna do some crime. Siphon Insight exiles one of the top cards in my library, and they can play or cast whatever card they've happened to take. What you got over there? It is a mystery. I love the mere crime. Gotta be one of my favorite flavors of cards. They put a Dark Slick Shores. It does come into play tapped. They have the Arcane Signet, and I believe they do have the mana for Niv Mizzet next turn. Oh, Reason. The other side of that is Believe. Let them throw things onto the battlefield. That could be cool. That could be cool. They put 3 to the bottom. Yeah, they have no idea what's on top of their deck. And we have our combo piece in hand. I am going to swing in with my little buddies here. Boop, boop, pop. Use Painful Bond. Cool. Lands are exactly what I want to get to peer into the abyss. I am going to sacrifice here. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm going to sacrifice the Evolved Sleeper. This will draw me a card off the Morbid Opportunist. Soldier will gain me a little more life. And here comes Yawgmoth, Thran Physician. In case my opponent has a way to steal any of my cards, or like I'm thinking Hostage Taker, something like that, I can sacrifice them in response. And Hostage Taker specifically can't even target Yawgmoth because protection from humans. It's relevant! There are so many cards that are humans. This, human. This actually is a human, up until it isn't a human, right? No, it always stays a human. Phyrexian Human Cleric, huh? Gross. Ew. Nasty. They have Wanderer mana. So I'm just gonna go for Appearance of the Abyss. Going to sacrifice dear friend Morb. And they're going to absorb! They're gonna gain life! Countering my combo spell! Bring them down to 6 instead of bringing them to, like, big 0, big O. That's alright. And gaining life, it is forbidden. Sadly, you can't ban life gain in Magic the Gathering. Niv Mizzet Reborn comes into play, revealing these cards. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits off Niv Mizzet. It's a well-built Niv Mizzet deck there. Because they still have 2 mana up, that means that they do have Cosign available. They can return a non-land permanent to my hand. Also, I think that they have to... Yes, they have to discard. Okay, so, like, this is gonna be crazy, but, Dread Presence, you cannot react in response to me playing a swamp. 2 damage to your face. Brainstorm! I love that. This is them just being like, yeah, alright, you know what? I'll die. I'm going to die to my own mind. I see from the future. 6 life lost. GG Niv Mizzet. Narset of the Ancient Way. This is a Jeskai Planeswalker that you oftentimes see played with lots of other Planeswalkers because she's quite good at sitting off to the side, generating value, helping you pay for your other Jeskai spells, and then getting an ultimate ability which helps you win the game. It's kind of like a toned down version of Chandra, Torch of Defiance's ability, but it works out really nicely with Narset and what I assume to be her super friends. This could just be, you know, a Jeskai deck, though. It doesn't need to be built around all the board wipes in the world, but I kind of think it will be. They're tapped out, and I'm going to play Midnight Reaper. For me, it's either going to be Midnight Reaper or starting to set up the Palantir of Orthanc to get some long-lasting value. This could be a board wipe, this could be a counter spell, this could be card draw, it could be an extra turn. It's unlikely to be anything else. We could have also gone for Elspeth's Nightmare if we wanted to attack their hand. But I'd rather start attacking them! And my game crashed. Alright, I'm going to restart Arena. While this Chandra Acolyte of Flame comes into play, we close Magic the Gathering Arena, and we start it up again. So hey, how's everybody doing? Doing fine, yeah? You thinking you're feeling deja vu, but not the fun Eurobeat kind? Yeah, the game crashes just like all the time.
Anyone need a fire started?
Okay, I hear Chandra's voice lines. My avatar is reset, and cool. I'm back, I guess. I'm going to assume that they have something nasty. I'll swing into Chandra. Boop. And the Palantir triggers. We are going to assume that they're going to mill here, so I'm going to keep the Celestis on top. Because just, you know, milling 1 card versus letting me draw, they lose 3. Great. Love that for us. Yeah, your avatar resets when your game crashes, and you lose all of your emotes. Since we have a land on top now, we have Dread Presence, which we can use to then kill one of these planeswalkers. Ooh, wait, they're drawing and they're dropping. What do you hit? Memory Deluge. Goodbye, Midnight Reaper. We draw the swamp. And I'm going to want to kill Narset over this Chandra. This Chandra is good for recasting spells from graveyard and buffing things up. Am I just short of lethal on her? I am. Dang. So what they did is they essentially proliferated. So I'll bop it, and we scry. I would love to draw. I'm actually going to put the Call the Ring to the bottom, because I don't really want that right now. Do you mill, or do you let me draw? They just lost 10 life. That's why this is a cool card. It feels like the first 2, maybe 3 times it triggers, they'll put things into the graveyard. But beyond that, it's just card draw. It sits around, it gets you a card. Love that for us. It's kind of like a end step Black Market Connections or Phyrexian Arena. It's kind of neat. Gives your opponent a little bit more involvement in it, though, which to me is very fun as like a commander ability. Shatter Skull Smashing for X equals 3. They kill my Dread Presence. If I have a swamp, I no longer get the cool abilities. We've got Baleful Mastery. We've got Sheoldred. I'm gonna go for Mind Stone. Oh, do you mind? They have a counterspell. They have something. It could just be card draw. Jadar. Pass to their turn. Wait until this finishes up. Okay, Lightning Bolt. In response to that Lightning Bolt, I'm going to get rid of Narset. They will get to draw a card. A little surprised that they let me get to end step. So I still get the Zomboy. It's a swamp and a swamp. I feel like they will probably let me draw. Alright. They went for the mill, and it turns out that we had 4 lands in a row on top and then an Arcane Signet. So they lost only 2 life that time. Hey, Narset, welcome back to the battlefield. I bet you're gonna plus. And plus, she did.
Find your fires of passion within.
My turn. Here comes Sheoldred. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to bop Narset. Try to keep her away from ult.
Please settle down.
I'll cast Elspeth's Nightmare. Now, Chapter 1 has no target, but Chapter 2 will still take out their hand and maybe let me exile that graveyard. Throw both of those to the bottom. They're not that good for mill, and they're not that good in my hand. Oh my god, they're going for the mill again! Just let a girl draw a card! I only gain 2 life off. I don't only get 1 card. They milled Key to the Archive, Evolved Sleeper, and Orcish Bowmasters. They took 7 damage. If they use Narset's minus ability, they will be drawing a card as part of that, so they will lose life. But it will give them a chance to kill Sheoldred. They can also just draw a card off it. And something notable is Memory Deluge does not draw cards. It puts cards into hand. Which gets around things like, not this Narset, the 3-mana Narset, the one from Word of the Spark. Harder of Veils, and it also gets around Sheoldred's ability. Doomscar! It was indeed a board wipe, which they had foretold. You plussin'? Oh, plussin'. Gaining 2 life. And playing Sarkhan, the Masterless. This lets them turn all of their planeswalkers into creatures. And by the way, it also makes them all red. They were already all red, but it's kind of cool if they wanted to use the Chandra's ability to put more loyalty on all of them. Okay, discover the formula, chromatic lantern. No, discover the formula. Hold up. This only hits for 3. Ooh, but it's so close. It's so close! I must taste it. So hey, you want a mill? Are you gonna finally let me draw? Thank you, I draw card draw. They have 15 damage in the air because each of these can turn into a ferocious dragon. They gain some life off Narset's, plus they play Saheeli, Sublime, Artificer. Now when they cast a non-creature spell, like Chromatic Lantern, or maybe even Deluge, they don't have the mana for it, do they? They do not. They get a 1-1! A wee baby 1-1! Oh, it's so sweet, it's so little. They're going for the attack. What I need is the heart of the cards. I need one more mana source for the most beautiful kill. A Massacre Worm into a Sign in Blood, drawing my opponent cards. That would be so cool! They could turn this Chromatic Lantern into a servo, and it would actually be even better. Can they turn it into any creature? Oh, if they turn it into one of these, that gets kind of weird. It's a Thoughtseize, which gets me close. So close. Sheoldred and a Sign in Blood on my opponent would get me there. But I am ever so slightly off. May as well show them what we've got. A beautiful game. The King's game. And we take them to 1. They are certainly going to let me draw here. What a shame. What a shame. We die. But we die to the dragons! Also, I totally thought these were going to be 5/5s. They're 4/4s. I said something wrong earlier. It's great. It's damage. Looks like our opponent's engaging in some serious monkey business. Just like my deck, Ragavan's about punishing some greedy decks, but their deck's even faster than mine. I do have some removal for the monkey, but they'll be able to hit me with it first. I am going to keep this hand because I'm okay with my opponent doing a little bit of crime. I can just go ahead and say I'm a fan of monkeys doing monkey things. I also like they have a Tybalt avatar. I think our opponent knows what they're up to. How much is a monkey? I believe Ragavan, the card, is rather expensive. Rather pricey to buy a monkey. Let's try this. Exclamation mark price. Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. Currently $40. Wow, it's dropped quite a bit. That's great. So part of why Ragavan has such a great win rate is originally they actually had Ragavan matching up into the general queue. Now it is in what we call Hell queue with things like Sheoldred. And now that's both good and bad. Ragavan is a more appropriate commander against cards like Sheoldred. In fact, it's even stronger against the most high value generating cards. That's kind of why, like, Sheoldred, yes, she's in the Hell Queue, but that's also where she belongs and where she does best. Hey, Ragavan. How you doing? Armed Scavenger is going to get them a card. A Relic Axe, which they could cast. Checking out March of the Machine. Yeah, March of the Machine did have a recent reprinting of Ragavan. Helped drive the price down a little bit. Armed Scavenger hitting me for 4. But at least the monkey's off the battlefield. They played Runaway Steamkin. Let's see what they have in their hand. Lava Coil, Brittle Blast, Play with Fire, and an Ambergris. This doesn't kill my commander. This does. This doesn't. Okay, we're going to hit the Brittle Blast. And I'm going to sacrifice my Liliana to take out one of these two. It's almost certainly going to be the Steamkin that gets sacrificed here. This Armed Scavenger generates infinite value over time, which, you know, it's good. Yes, the very expensive Ragavan was, I believe, for playing in, like, a Pro Tour qualifier. It was something at the Magic Con Philadelphia, I think. They had a special alt art Ragavan. And you had to be a top finisher for it, too. It was pretty pricey. Alright, Armed Scavenger gets a Mask of Immolation. And they're gonna play with fire to burn a Lily.
It's no fun when they hit back.
Taking another 4 from the Armed Scavenger. And their graveyard goes bye-bye. Goodbye. Now we could go for a couple blockers. We could get out a Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Grove, or Jux! Sheoldred! They do have a way to kill Sheoldred, but only if they can target her. So we're gonna put the boots on the babe, my gigantic Phyrexian Praetor. Now untargetable by lava coils and Mask of Immolation sacrifices. Ambergris, she's still here. She's a great piece of card advantage. Oh, uh-oh. Somebody's gonna learn how to fly. Kite Sail gives flying to the equipped creature. Oh, I need to get rid of this Armed Scavenger. At least I do have a way to block some flyers. Thanks, Lolth. Lolth's out here lolfing. Oh, nice! They're abrading the boots. Lava Coil, followed by Mask of Immolation, sacrificing the elemental to kill Sheoldred. It took a lot more moves, but it does get them there. My boots were made for walking? Yeah, it looks more like they're meant for getting lit on fire and dying in a horrible fiery blaze, but yeah, sure. They're meant for walking. And that's just what they'll do. Pick my boots! My boots! My booties! I'm going to make a couple of spiders off of my Lolth. Lolth laughs. Armed Scavenger continues to get infinite value. This is not an ability that should be on a 2-drop. It's not. Okay, Rogue's Gloves they're probably going to skip. That's not a very good hit off their Armed Scavenger. They have a Mox Amber. They have 2 mana. They may as well use it for the gloves. Or I guess they could put the Mask of Immolation onto something. I mean, it's free value. It's free real estate. And I don't think they want to swing with Ambergris this turn. Oh, never mind, they do! They're going for my face! So I can kill her, or I can kill the Scavenger. I'm actually going to choose the Scavenger, even though this gives them great card advantage too. I'm more afraid of just them getting these cards because they're not part of the normal game plan of the deck, and it's a little bit harder for me to, like, predict and play around. I will play Takenuma. Here comes Sheoldred. We will draw a card, lose a life. Oh, cool! Aghanim's Awakening! Right now, I have no creatures in my graveyard. Nice. Sheoldred can block. He can also be lit on fire there, so they frostbit, knowing that they were going to discard their hand, drawing, and then let's see. Yeah, Sheoldred says, "Oof, ow." Nice card draw you got there. Would you care to attack? Are you gonna discard and draw? They are! They do not want Atsushi or that mountain. They're gonna lose more life. And I am going to trade. Sheoldred returns over here to the command zone. I could leave her in the graveyard for the Agadeem's Awakening. I'm not feeling it quite yet. Relic Axe! Nice. Spiders. Morbin. Vito. I think I should have used the Stronghold. Oh, it literally would have generated 1 mana. Okay, that's fine. It is perfectly fine. I'll save this as a spell I can cast for a future turn, rather than bolting it in, taking 3 damage to hold up Infernal Grasp. Because that's one of those, like, I would be paying overall so much life. Monkey! I love this guy. I actually played a game of Commander with Ragavan last night. If you watch the YouTube series Elder Dragon Hijinks, expect to see that game go live sometime in the next month or so. I have no idea what the editing turnaround is going to be for this one. We had a lot of technical difficulties related to power outages and things like that, which is always, like, really scary when it happens. It is! I'm going to draw a card, lose a life. Cool, a swamp. Swamp gets me Sheoldred. It'll pass. Actually, I feel like I could attack with one of these spiders. Ah! Looks like I would have been blocked by these Sokenzan tokens, these little spirits. Mask of Immolation lets them ping a Lolth, but a creature dies, and that means we draw a card, which means we gain 2 life, which means they lose 2 life.
A pity our time is over.
And they also lose the game. GG Ragavan. Hinata Dawn Crowned. Hinata is about targeting as many things as you can to get reductions in cost on your spells. Now I have some pretty nice cards here, but I think I'm going to mulligan to try to get another land. 2 more lands, even better. I don't have any mana acceleration. We did have a Mind Stone in that pack, but I do have something I can do on turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Let's rumble. Hinata, by the way, is probably going to be playing a lot of spells that destroy or target things on the stack, like counter spells, because you're in Jeskai colors and they do get cost reduced if Hinata's in play. Yes, you don't have to target a permanent. It's just targeting anything. Something like Sublime Epiphany has tons of targets. It's really, really cool. I love my Hinata deck, too. I should probably update it. I bet it has a bunch of cool new cards. Especially, like, X-cost cards can get really fun. Oh, Crackle with Power is another one. Oh, they got double blue. I think they're going to name red or white on this. They chose red. Ah, look, an actual turn 3 play. Phial of Galadriel. This is a mana rock that sometimes draws us extra cards and sometimes gains us extra life. Usually not, though. Sometimes it does. Swinging for 3 with Jadar and his little zomboy. This comes into play tapped. We'll go to combat. And attack with Jadar and his zombie. Go get him. Could they possibly have a counterspell? I kind of expect it. I just have, like, the choice here of, do I want to throw something into that counterspell? Sure. Or I could hold Baleful Mastery, hope they play Hinata or another creature, but they probably wouldn't. A Geistlight Snare. Geistlight Snare gets better if you have spirits, which I guess this is a spirit. Sure. Technically gets discounted to 1 mana if you have Hinata in play, since it gets cost reduced by 1 and then cost reduced again if you have a spirit. Do they have a counterspell again for the 1 ring? Look at it. It's got this fancy little thing around it. The One Ring is really good card draw. I'll float 1 black mana. I get protection from everything. I draw a card. Nothing I want to use, and I'll just swing in for 2. Well, I could save it, but I kind of just don't want to have the option of doing things. Board empty, head empty. I lose 1 life, as we were tempted by the ring. And I'm gonna tempt myself some more! Got those bird encounters aplenty. Ooh, a Palantir of Orthanc! How about this? Knight of Ebon Legion. Okay. Boots. Orb. They all resolve! Excellent! I feel like they're gonna draw a bunch of cards here. No, why are you targeting all my cards? What are you doing this for? No touch! It's an explosion! Palantir of Orthanc! I am going to throw the Celestis to the bottom and keep Lolth on top. They can either let me draw Lolth, or they'll take 5 damage. They lose 5, they go to 12. They're looking at it like, wait, what does that do? Yeah, man! It's cool, right? I love modes. I love involving my opponent in strange decisions. Here comes Hinata with 3 mana up. It's all red or blue. I'll try to land Sheoldred. I don't think she'll land, but if she does, that's awesome! Counter spell. Classic. I wanted her to have boots on. Alright, I'm gonna draw a bunch of cards. Beep, 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 beep. This thing happens. They'll either let me draw a card or they will lose 4 plus whatever's underneath it life. It was 10. It was 10. Nice. Nice. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana up, but with Hinata, that could be a lot more mana's worth of spells. Also, thank you to the One Ring for being an absurd amount of card draw. Seriously, what even is this? They know I have Swiftfoot Boots, so unless they're able to counter multiple creatures, they may want to leave back Hinata for blocking. Okay, Hinata, what's it gonna be? I lose 3 off the One Ring. I'm gonna go for Nightmare Shepherd. Give it wee booties. Things are being considered. Magma Opus. I'll draw. I'll tap. I'll exile. I'm not even gonna bother seeing what else there is. They're gonna let me draw. Now I have to discard. I'm going to discard the Snow-Covered Swamp and Painful Bond. We get bopped. We get booped. I lose 4. I'm going to play Dread Presence. Does it resolve? Does this resolve? Trying to deal 2 damage directly to their face with Dread Presence's ability. They could gain some life. What is it? Oh, no. Oh, that's a big tap. This could be like Heliod's intervention. Sometimes you just know what they got. The gods have intervened. Well, here's a Chupacabra. And boots. Like the monkey from Dora the Explorer. Trying to find a card I want on top. Thoughtseize is actually probably pretty helpful here. And I will likely draw. I just didn't want to have to discard that many cards. I'm fine with losing 5 life. Kidding me? I'll lose 5 life all the time. It's super fun. Love losing life. That's all I know. They have 9 life remaining. Ooh, you eyeing your graveyard? Would I be dead off of a overloaded Mizzix Mastery? I think the answer would have been yes. But that's not what they have. Wandering Mind. Possibly gets them a card into hand. Probably gets them a card into hand. My plan next turn, by the way, Massacre Worm, Boots, attack for lethal. Oh, well, wash away. Okay, so I'm going to draw an obscene number of cards because it's fun. I have this Cabal Stronghold. I will use it because I actually have, like, all swamps right now. I'm gonna start with a Thought Sneeze. Achoo. They have a Wash Away and a Lofty Denial. So they have 2 different counter spells, but only one of them is going to work here. So we're going to hit Lofty Denial. Worm. And they, by the way, they did have the Mizzix Mastery. I think they were counting, but they missed that I had this ring mana. Oh, am I off by 1? Oh, I am! I miscounted. What else is new? Is there any way I can recover that? I know what I'm gonna look for. Since I'm dead otherwise, we go for it! Sanguine Brushstroke. Perfect! I will kill my own creature. Let me destroy my worm. You die. It works! Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to catch this live, you should come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. It's where I stream Magic pretty much every single day. This deck is an oldie but a goodie, and it always gets more upgrades because card draw comes in many forms. I could even move this deck away entirely from its sacrifice theme, turn it into a full control deck, and then see how many games we win from there. I do think that Sheoldred the Apocalypse is an incredibly powerful card, and as you probably noticed in this video, most people will kill it as quickly as they can. I actually removed a bunch of removal from this deck to add in some more interesting cards, which does mean that sometimes I'm not able to take out my opponent's big threats, but I do get to do the fun things with Sheoldred. Yeah, we like you, Sheoldred. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.